Welcome to day 3 of our Big Ministries Devo Thought. Just Devo Thoughts that we're trying to do that last about 3 to 4 minutes each on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So let's get right to it. The word humility too often gets confused with humiliation. But in reality, the word humility has nothing to do with weakness or shame or embarrassment. Instead, humility has more to do with what you think about yourself. A humble person has a modest estimate of his or her own importance. And so humility then is really the opposite of pride. And a lack of pride is a good thing, especially when it comes to our relationship with God. Is that confusing? Well, let's look to Psalm 25, verses 8 through 10, see if we can figure out a little bit more about this. Good and upright is the Lord. Therefore he instructs sinners in his ways. He guides the humble in what is right and teaches them his way. All the ways of the Lord are loving and faithful. Those who keep the demands, All of the ways of the Lord are loving and faithful toward those who keep the demands of his covenant. So the word humble here in verse 9, it's those who understand their position before God. They know that he's good and upright and absolutely honorable in all that he does. Because they understand God's character, the humble know that he is trustworthy and that he is faithful. And because of that, they follow him. God can lead the humble and teach what is right because they've laid aside their pride and their self-importance and submitted themselves to his leadership. You are called to be a humble person. I am called to be a humble person, someone who recognizes God for who he is and gives him absolute control of our lives. And when we do that, he will lead us in what is right and teach us his ways and show us again and again that he is faithful and that he is true. So your 3 questions this week. Your first one is this. We looked at verses today that teach that humility before God comes by knowing his character. So how have you seen that play out in your life? Question number 2. In what areas of your life are you what areas of your life are you struggling to give God complete control? We're not going to talk about willing or not. We're going to talk about the ones that really struggle, right? That we really struggle with. And question number 3. In what ways can you give him control today? What baby steps can you take to start giving him more and more control today? Well, that's it. Thanks for joining. We'll see you again next time.